Hi everyone, today we're going to see how to create an user in MySQL from the terminal and MySQL Workbench and grant privileges and revoke privileges. So let's get started. So go to the terminal and try to connect to the MySQL. To connect to the MySQL, the syntax is MySQL-u root-p. Enter the password, which is the password while installing the MySQL, the root password. So I enter the password. Great, I have connected to the MySQL. So if you like to know how to install MySQL and invoke MySQL from the terminal and from the MySQL Workbench, we have existing videos. I'll put link in the description. So now let's create an user. So before creating an user, let's verify what are the existing user in MySQL. So the syntax is to verify that. So select user from mysql.user. Enter. So now you could see these are the 4 users are there. So now let's create an user. So the syntax is create user, then the user name. So I'll give a test as localhost identified by the password. So I'll give password as password $1 semicolon. Enter. Now you could see the query is executed. So now let's verify what's the username. So again, select user from mysql.user, press enter. Now you could see here there is no test user. Now here we do have. So now user is created successfully. Now next is next is grant the privileges to this user. So before this, let's verify what are the privileges for the test user. Already, what are the privileges are there for the test user. To see that, so the syntax is show grants for the username test @localhost. Now see, there is no privileges to this particular user. So let's provide in privileges to the test user. To do that, the syntax is so now I'm going to provide the 3 privileges. One is the select, update, delete to this user in particular database. So the syntax is grant select, update, delete on the database name. So the database name Bollywood album dot star to the test user, test at localhost semicolon. So now if I would like to verify what are the privileges, again show grants for test, enter. Now you could see grant, select, update, delete. That's great. Now if I like to revoke one privileges, instead of I don't want to give update privilege, or I don't want to give the delete privileges to the test user to this particular database. So the syntax would be revoke delete on Bollywood album dot star from the username. So the username is test @localhost semicolon, enter. So now if I like to do show grants for this, now you see here select, update, but here you could see select, update, delete. So now we have successfully revoked one privilege, delete privilege from the user in particular database. So that's great. Now I like to remove all the privileges, select, update as well. So to do that, the syntax is revoke all privileges on Bollywood album dot star from the username test @localhost semicolon. Now if I do the show grants for test users, so nothing is there. That's great. So now next is I want to provide all the privileges to test user to this particular database. So the syntax is grant all privileges on Bollywood album dot star to test at local host semicolon, enter. So now if I go verify show grants, now you see it says all privileges is there. Now if I like to remove all the privileges again, the syntax is revoke all privileges on Bollywood album dot star from the username test localhost. Now if I like to verify the privileges, so all privileges are gone. Now instead of providing to a particular database, if you want to provide all privileges, if you have to, like you have 5-6 databases are there, or you have 100 databases are there, you want to provide all privileges to this test user. So the syntax is grant all privileges on star dot star to username this test at the rate localhost. So now if I like to verify, now you could see all these privileges are there to this particular user. So now again, if you like to revoke the privileges, syntax is same, revoke all privileges on star dot star from test localhost. So now if you like to verify the privileges, all privileges are gone. So this way you can create a user, you can provide the privileges and revoke the privileges. Now again, if I like to verify the users, so I like to drop this user, I like to delete this users. So before I delete, let's verify again the user's name. So to verify that, select user from MySQL dot user. Now I like to delete the user is test user. So drop user test rate local host. So now if I like to verify the user again, so now the previous test was there, now it's deleted. So this is the flow. You can create a user and provide the privileges and revoke the privileges from the terminal. So now we're going to see how to create a user in MySQL Workbench and grant the privileges and revoke the privileges. It's pretty easy if you're doing from MySQL Workbench. No need to remember all this syntax, all these things. It would be so easy from MySQL Workbench. So let's get started. So now currently we have logged in as a root user. So let's log into the root. So give the password. So what I'm going to do now, I'll create an user. So you go to here, user and privileges, click on this and click on this add account button and give the name as admin. So admin, and here authentication type, select this caching and limit to host matching, give as localhost. Then password, give a password, so confirm password. Before I click on this apply button, I'll go to this administrative roles. So as an admin, I would like to give all these privileges to this user. So if I select this DBA, it will give all these privileges to this user. Then click on apply. Then after that, let's click on this home button here and try to create a new connection by clicking this plus sign and give name as admin, and the host name, port number, everything remains same. So the username, I'll give the username which I created, it's admin. Then click on OK. The tile is created. Click on this, give the password, click on OK. So now you see you have connected to the admin user as admin user. Now if I type the syntax as use Bollywood, so if you go to the schemas here, so you could see the schema, whatever schema here in the root user. If I go to the schema, Bollywood, same schema is here as well in the admin. So if I type the command use Bollywood album, it should work. So command enter. So now you see it's created. So let's type one select statement. Select star from Bollywood album dot track. Command enter. So now you see this executed and the record has been also fetched, 63 rows fetched. That's great. So now what I'll do, I'm going to create another user under admin. So suppose admin wants to create one dev user and gives certain permission to this particular user. So what I need to do, again, click on this user and privileges and click on this add account button. And what I'm going to create here, I'm going to create as a dev user, and here authentication type is caching. Here I leave the local host. The password, I'll give a password here. Click on, before I click on apply, so now I'm going to click on apply before providing any roles. So let's don't give any roles to this. So there is no privileges to this. So no privileges. So click on apply now. Now what I'll do, go to the home button here and try to do again new connection. Click on this plus sign. So here I'll give dev. Now the username is a dev user and click on OK. Try to connect and give the password. Click on OK. Now I've connected as a dev user. Now if I go to the schema, you could see nothing is here. So it's the schema, no schema has been imported because there is no permission. So now if I type the syntax use Bollywood album and execute this, so now you see here it says access denied. Access denied. So now what I need to do now, I want to provide some of the privilege. So go to the admin and click on this add entry button here. Click on this and click on this checkbox selected schema, sorry, radio button, and here basically you can provide only one database. Suppose you have these are the databases are there. I want to give only Bollywood album. So select this one, click on OK, and from here I would like to give only select, insert, update. These are the three permissions. Now you could see these are the permission is highlighted here as well. Insert, update, delete, and here is selected those options. Now click on apply. Now go to the dev again and execute the same statement. Now see it's executed, and now if I refresh this button, now you could see here the table is coming, all the data in the schema, you could see the data is also coming. Now if I do the select statement, select star from Bollywood dot track. Now this is executed. You could see here the record has been fetched, 63 rows. That's great. Now what I'm going to do one more thing. So go to admin again, and what I'll do, I want to revoke the select privilege and click on apply. Now go to the dev and try to run again this syntax. So this statement. Okay, let me go again. Dev user, sorry, root user, dev user, insert, update, refresh. Okay, let me close this and go to the home button again, come back again, log in, click on OK. Now I'll delete these statements again. So now I'll do select star from Bollywood dot track. Now you could see this syntax. So there was a problem because maybe something was cached and it was not reflecting. So what I had to do, I need to close this and reconnect to the database. Then this, what are the changes I have done is reflecting now. So you could see now it's access denied to the select statement. You see select command denied. So now if I go again to the admin and go to the dev user and select here, click on apply and close it. Now go to the dev user here and type. Now it's working because we provided the privileges. So that's it guys for the MySQL Workbench. This is the way you can create the user, provide the privileges, you can revoke the privileges. So today we discussed how to create an user from the terminal, from the MySQL Workbench, grant the privileges and revoke the privileges. Please let me know if you have any questions. Thank you. If this video is useful to you, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you again. Namaste.